Hey, Nikki here, and in this video, I'm going to show you some foam rolling exercises that you can do to release and relieve sore muscles in your lower body. So stay tuned. All right, so let's get right into it. For this little sequence, you're going to want a foam roller. Any roller is fine, firm, soft, whatever. Just personally, I don't like the ones that have like big, like knobby, spiky, bumpy things. So I just think it's a little too much for some of the stuff that we're going to be doing. But beyond that, any of your rollers are fine. Short or long ones, like this is a full length one, but a short one works too. And then just some sort of resistance band. I have one of those strength and conditioning jump stretch bands today, but a TheraBand works. A yoga strap would work too. So just something to kind of wrap around your foot when we get to the stretching part. So we're gonna start on our side. You don't need the band yet, so you can set that off to the side. And we're gonna start by foam rolling our inner thigh. Because a lot of the time when we have knee, hip, low back stuff, this is an area that we don't tend to think of, but it's really helpful to say hello to. So you can tuck your bottom arm under your head to support your neck, or if you need a pillow or a prop for that, totally fine, go grab one. You're gonna angle your roller towards your knees and away from your head. And you're gonna take your top leg and let it rest on the roller a couple inches above your knee. Take your top hand, plant it on the ground. Take your bottom leg, walk it back away from the roller, which will roll your pelvis forward and put more pressure between your leg that you're rolling and the roller itself. Rotate your thigh slightly in, so your knee is facing the ground, and then roll forward, push through your hand and roll back, and just start to kind of work the roller around the kind of bottom half of your inner thigh. And what a lot of people will discover is it's more compelling than you thought it would be. There might even be a little bit of tenderness or soreness. So when you find an area of interest, pause on the edge of that, flex your foot, that tends to help with knee clicking, and then just slowly and gradually bend and straighten the knee. For me, this isn't too bad, so I'm going pretty big in my range, but your bend and straightens could also be teeny tiny. We'll do that, I don't know, 5-ish, 8-ish times. This is like a pin and stretch and massage. And then let your leg just sort of pause, rest, and wait. Relax your leg into the roller as best as you can. So now to move up the leg, keep the roller where it is. All you got to do is roll to your stomach, kind of like a commando style G.I. Jane, G.I. Joe. And then again, rotate your thigh slightly in, and at least when I do that, I'm like, oh yeah, there's the thing. And start to swirl the roller around on the upper half of your thigh. And you will probably run into one or several areas that could use a little love. Who knew? Again, pause in an area of interest, wait there, bend and straighten your knee. Just taking your time. If this is really intense, you can always just pause and wait. And now you might realize why I don't advocate using spiky rollers on the inside of the leg. All right, hang out, just chill. Good work. All right, let's switch sides. So come on up, swing on over. Angle your roller towards your feet, away from your head. Take your top leg, let it rest on the roller just above the knee. You can come down, kind of lounge. Rotate your thigh slightly in, roll up and down, kind of swirl the roller around there. Now, if I don't feel something, I often just futz a little bit with my angle, so I might pull the roller more towards me or push it more away from me. Yeah, for me, when I actually pushed it away, that worked. And if I actually walk my bottom leg back a little bit away from the roller, that also helped me find it on this side. All right, so then when you find your area of interest, pause there, flex your ankle, and then bend and straighten your knee. Breathing is recommended. Great, pause and wait. Now just flip to your stomach. Push yourself a little higher up the roller, same deal, and oh yeah. So for me, my tenderness or tension is higher on this leg than it was on the other leg. So also you might have two different sides. And then pause, rest down, bend and straighten your knee. And we'll go one more. Hang out and wait. And then ease off. All right, let's hit up the front of the leg while we're here. So come to a kneeling position. Place the roller in front of you. come onto your forearms, and then just, everyone likes to lift their feet off the ground, but notice how easy it is for me to dump in my low back when I do that, which I don't know if that'll injure you, but it's not going to feel great usually. So if you can, keep your toes on the ground and almost lift up kind of through your abdomen a little bit. Try to relax your thighs in the roller. Let's start by biasing to our right leg. So shift right a little bit and just kind of start to swirl the roller around on the front of your right leg. You will probably find there's some stuff there. And then when you sort of find an area of interest, pause on it. And then again, flex your foot, bend and straighten the knee, just like a pin and stretch and massage. And then hang out and wait. And then just push yourself a little higher up your roller and start to do that again. And actually, sometimes what you can play with is you can even plant your left hand if you're working on the right leg to go a little bit more onto, I'm not fully on the outside of my leg, I'm still on the front of my leg, but I'm more on the outside aspect of it. And near kind of your pelvis, there's usually this pocket that feels rather compelling. So hang out there, notice how that feels. Pause, wait, and breathe. And I actually felt myself tensing my leg against it, so I'm going to try to really relax it there. And then again, you could always bend and straighten if you want to go on a small adventure into feeling greater sensation. All right, hang out. Let's do the other side. So come center, shift a little bit to the left, swirl around on the front of your left leg a few times. Just notice, is there an area that could use a little love? For me, it's my whole leg. Pause, flex your ankle, bend and straighten your knee. Again, teeny tiny is fine, or just pause, wait, breathe, and relax your leg into the roller. And then shift a little higher. If you want to feel slightly masochistic in a good way, lean a little more left. You can even plant your right hand, swirl around on that sucker. Find an area, pause, and then again, you can bend and straighten the knee, should you want to. So just like massaging in a pin and stretch. Good. Hang out, wait, and breathe. All right, from here, ease on out of that, and let's flip around. We're going to lie on our back, and we're going to do some stretches. So you're going to now want your band close by. You're going to lie on your back, and then you're going to push into your feet, lift your buns, and pull the roller underneath your butt there. Grab your band, which is hopefully close by. Let's start with our right leg. Pop it around your right foot. And then when you're ready, just take a moment to kind of stretch and bend through that right leg. And then something I start to check in as I do this is, right now, if I just kind of go, I'm way over onto my left hip. So I'm actually going to try to put more weight onto my right butt cheek, which already changes the stretch in my right leg, interestingly enough. And now that I'm there, I'm actually, if I really pull my leg in, notice how my back rounds under. I want to only go as far as I can with my leg while keeping my pelvis level on the roller. And I'll almost feel like I'm sticking my butt out a little bit, and that will increase the stretch for me in the back of my leg. So I'm really focusing now on that. And then now that I've got that sort of sense of like, okay, I'm going to anchor onto my right butt cheek a little bit more. Now I feel a little more stretch in my right leg, even though it doesn't look like my foot's going as close to my face, which I'm fine with. All right, take your leg up, hold there, and then if you like, point and flex your foot a few times. Again, I really want to live on my left side today, so I'm going to think about really anchoring my right butt cheek, and that's going to give me more stretch in my right leg personally. And then hang out and wait there. And then if you like, turn out your leg, grab onto the strap with your left hand, and then you won't go very far because you want to keep that right hip anchored. You might feel even more stretch if you kind of just gently tug here. All right, come back to center, and then let's switch sides. So right foot on the ground, left foot in the strap, bend your left, and then again, try to figure out like where do you feel equal weight on both butt cheeks? Do you have a little low back curve present? Hopefully yes. And then keep that as you stretch your leg and bend your leg. So I'm not against stretching, but I like stretching to be precise. I find sometimes when we stretch, if we just sort of hang wherever we hang in our joints, again, I don't know if there's any real danger in that, but You're not going to get the same outcome as you would if you actually took your time to really kind of square off and move the tissues that maybe don't tend to get moved as much or are a little more restricted. So now I'm going to hold that here. You can point and flex your foot. I'm kind of thinking about reaching through, reaching my pubic bone for my, what would be right foot a little bit. Pull your toes to your nose, hold that stretch. And then if you want to change the angle of stretch, hold on with your right hand, anchor your left hip, rotate your left leg out, take it a hair across the body. And you might feel like that does something, perhaps. Reaching through your foot. Good. All right, let's end with a little figure 4. So set that band to the side, cross your right ankle over your left knee, come in, grab behind your left thigh with your hands, use your right elbow to push your right thigh open or your right knee out a little bit, and actually start to rock side to side. And again, if you stick your butt out slightly on the roller versus being round, you'll feel more stretch typically in the back of your right hip. Then when you find a stretch that feels good, pause there and breathe. All right, release down. Swing that left ankle over that right knee. Take your legs in towards you, grab behind your right thigh, stick your booty out on your roller, roll side to side. Side note, if you're rolling your foot down, just nudge the roller a little higher. And then again, I'm kind of pressing out with my left elbow against my left inner thigh to increase the stretch on my left hip. And then when you find your preferred stretch, hold it there and breathe. And again, notice if you go in this way, it's fine, but I personally feel more when I almost stick my butt out a little bit. Great. Uncross your legs, put your feet into your hips, or push into your feet to lift your hips and move your roller out. And come on down. And those are your stretches and foam rolling exercises. So I hope you found that helpful. Maybe it gave you a little bit of relief from tension in, say, your low back, your knees, or your hips. If you enjoyed this video, just thanks for watching, and please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do try to put out videos every week. Take care.